deadly check. Yeah, nice. Check. I'd probably have to start like this, though, right? Knight on f3. Castle short. Bishop back to g3. Bishop d3, d6. Castles. Bishop b7. Queen to e2. Got knight e7. Knight f5. e4. In fact, after queen c7. Very, very nice. d5. Bishop f8. Rook to e8. Queen d3. It's a girl. g6. Rook d7. Very good answer. Rook e7. He just played rook on d1. Bishop f6. f4. Well, this rook on b7 is pretty lonely as well. I'm not happy at all. Rook b6. Check. King g7 on the board. By the way, you're channeling Fabi very well, because the move I was a little reluctant to play. f5 was Fabi's choice as well.
King c4.
I was going to put my king on f6, okay? Big, okay, let's do it. Do we have one d4 on the board? Again, this knight went to f6, b5, g6, e6,
Castles.
a6, castle, a5, rook e1, you found it, a4. So a3's on the board, right? Knight a6, bishop f8, you go queen c2, rook b8, that's the penguingm1 variation, you know, e5, d6, exactly. Rook to e2, knight d7, knight e4.
Right. I was going to say, I think it was in Viscount where it was Anish Gary White against Magnus Carlsen, and they played an incredibly theoretical winner where,
again, this knight went to f6, check, queen d7, rook b8, h5. Yes. My queen post up on f4, f4, knight d8. So knight c6, rook c5 on the board, and let's just d7. I'll just play rook d6. We're gonna. I'd probably have to start like this, though, right? What about d4? d3, b4, rook to e8. I'm seeing that you want to play b5, a6. Okay, bishop c8. Knight b3. Knight h4. e4. You know, queen d6. g3, h5. Oh, my word. Bishop g2. Very good answer. Rook e7. e3. Knight g4, definitely. And chase the king. Bishop g7. e2.
So it's like, got to weigh the scales of like being bored to death and then, you know, just not being able to solve and find the answers.
h3. And I was just kind of drumming the table for the simple move rook on f1, c3, c2, queen c7, check. He's played king g6, a5. Yes, I'm predicting 1 e4, d4, knight d7, bishop d3, bishop g4, rook e1, you found it, knight e5, e4, rook b1, queen b5.
So let's try to understand this battle of ideas, the logic behind the move queen g4.
Well, this rook on b7 is pretty lonely as well. I'm not happy at all. Check, bishop g7, check, check, rook h8. I'm predicting 1 e4, knight c6, knight on f3. Again, this knight went to f6. There you go. And let's see, has the clock been started? D4 landed on the board. D6, C4, bishop G4,
Knight C3.
knight F6, B6, knight G3. Now this very quick approach of bishop E7, C6, and rook to C8, bishop F2, castles, knight E3, A6, A4. I'm seeing that you want to play B5. The idea there is black wants to cover the business squares. Knight F5. Yeah, Queen E2. Check. Queen B3. Castles. Rook C2. Aha. Hold on. What do you guys say? Rook B6. Why did you put your rook on B4? And let's just rook B6. Knight E4. And this is where you like the move F5. Rook to B4. He's played King G6. After this move, Knight C3. Rook to D2. Rook B6. Well, F4. Check. E4. King David 7.
And now I played King E2.
Yes, I am done. Well, from the very starting position, E6, C4, knight F6, bishop D6, rook to E8, D4 was played, H6, rook E1, you found it, Queen D7.
So let's try to understand this battle of ideas, the logic behind the move Queen G4.
I would assume bishop D7 is automatic, but bishop on C1.
Again, after many, many countless master games, it is considered that the only move for white is the move Queen G4.
Rook E1, you found it, Queen C7, Queen D3, rook C1, check. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our coverage.
E2, E4. Bobby Fischer's comment was best by test.
The bishop on E3. And rook to C8.
Queen A5.
Bishop D3. E6. No. A6. I'm seeing that you want to play B5. What? Rook to D2, bishop F8, knight C3, bishop B5 is the most natural. Well, then King G7.
Or maybe it's even bishop G5.
Bishop E3 and C3. But rook C2 and right. So A3's on the board, right? What's the body count? By the way, you're channeling Fabi very well because the move I was a little reluctant to play. F5 was Fabi's choice as well.
King C4.
D6. Excellent. Correct. Bishop B6. After H5. Now, check. King F6. G4 on the board. Check. Rook A6 did not seem, to my eyes, like the most natural. G2. King H7 was played.
This was a real disaster.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our coverage. And quite frankly, it doesn't have too much of a choice. E4, knight F3, knight F6, D4 landed on the board.
Castles.
H3. Now, last time I played C6 and I got myself into trouble. Bishop to E7. And let's just go with H6 for a second. And we have bishop F4, bishop D6. Why did you put your rook on B4? Rook to E8, C3, rook B8, knight G3, bishop E6, B3, C5, C4, deadbot shuffle. Oh. All right, very good. Bad need of a win. Knight F5, very irritating checks. So King F8, Knight F5, G6. Easy. Okay. check. Yes, queen b3. I think I'm happy with white. I've got check with a check. Check. King e6. Exactly. So we're analyzing to a clean win. Thank you so much. That was brutal. As always, delighted to be with you. Do we have one d4 on the board? Now, last time I played c6 and I got myself into trouble. g6, knight c3, bishop g7, played knight f3,
Castles.
b5, bishop b2, bishop b7, castle, rook c1, a6, I mean h3, and rook to c8, queen c2, really juicy, c5,
Queen a5.
oops, a3 is not, queen b3. Can an argument be made for queen b1, by the way? I mean, really, we're blessed with great chess players. So queen a1, check, rook c1, queen d3, h6, and g4, king h7, king g2. I'm thinking that this pawn on e5 is the base, the foundation. Rook on h1. This bishop on e5 is a very powerful bishop. I thought g5 shut it down. There you go. Nice comeback. Nice comeback.
How about another really good, hurtful game?
After this move, knight c3. That's nice. d5, d3. Suppose I did something like knight f6. e4, h6. Bishop b2, bishop g7, d4. I was just going to say that this is the old line, bishop e6, knight d7. Yeah, then I get to play knight d4. Well, knight e4, no question about it. He determined, okay, well, let me just get my knight out of the way. He played knight e2, c3, just for fun's sake. Queen b3. After there was a check. Yes, check. Okay, that's all she wrote. These. Will we see an open Sicilian knight or d4? Knight f6, c4, e6. I don't get paid enough. Knight c3, c5. Played knight f3, and oops, b6. Bishop d7, check. Castle. Does this make any sense to toss in this move? Bishop b4.
Rook c8.
Queen e2. Knight f6. So then it has to be knight e5 then. Bishop d6. So knight c6. Oh, do you walk into this tempo? Exactly. And from the very start, played knight f3, d5. Oh my word. d4, e6, bishop g5. Suppose I did something like knight f6, c3, castle, knight c6, rook b1, g6, e4, rook e1. You found it. Bishop g7. I would assume bishop d7 is automatic, but so let me put the queen on e7. And sorry. Oh, okay. Bishop b5 is the right move? Okay. As played numerous times in my career, and then we would take, check. I'm just wondering. Queen a6, h5. Queen b5 is a very unpleasant ending. Bishop g7, rook b1. Oh, bishop e5, sorry. Bishop to d4, bishop on b3.
White's best move, according to the chess theoreticians, is the move h4.
very irritating checks. Rook on e2, bishop to d4. Don't I? No. King f1. King g2. Big win here in this ending. Come back tomorrow. I'm from the very start. D4 landed on the board. Knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, f3, d5, a6, b5, g4. No, bishop b7, knight g3.
White's best move, according to the chess theoreticians, is the move h4.
b3, a3. I was thinking I could play knight a4. Knight c5.
Bishop h6.
No. And we're up to date. So this is after king f1. a5, king g2 was played. Whoa, bishop a6. Okay, very. Let's start with this. Knight on f3, and then came d5. g3.
Castles.
Bishop to e7. c4. Knight c6. d4 looks good. b6. Whoa. Knight c3. Bishop b7. Right. Rook c1. Something like this. So queen a1 and f6 makes a lot of sense too. Yeah, then I get to play knight d4. Okay, queen c7. Now this very quick approach of bishop e7, rook d8, and rook d1.
Rook c8.
e3. But rook c2, can an argument be made for queen b1, by the way? Uh-oh. Queen a1. I'm thinking that this pawn on e5 is the base, the foundation. That's really fascinating. It's time d4. d5. And we have bishop f4. Black he's the one who has to find all of these really important defensive moves.
Queen a5. No, no. Now I start wondering, have I blown it? I don't know. Did I blow it?
Knight b3. Queen d3. He just played rook on d1. f3. Bishop e6. So knight d4. What's the body count? f6. e5. Rook c1. Queen d3. I think maybe we want to get the queen into the game. Queen a3 might be necessary. Right. c6. c7. I thought that was a nifty way. Queen e5. That's with a check.
Resigns.
That was always delighted to be with you. And d3 and d5. Again, this knight went to f6.
Castles.
c5, b3, knight c6, b5, e4, a5. Then, I just like a4. I feel like I've got some counterplay. In those previous positions, I didn't have anything going for me. Oh well. Bishop f6.
So let's try to understand this battle of ideas, the logic behind the move queen g4.
Got knight e7. Okay. Oh boy. Precisely. The move rook e4 and bishop f6. Queen d7. Rook f4. Knight jumping to d5. Beast mode. Rook a6 did not seem, to my eyes, like the most natural. Right. A5. King G2. Why did Rook A1 have to be played? Okay, very, very nice.
Now, guys, be honest. Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Knight F6, C4, C6. And we have Bishop F4, D5, E3, A6. Knight F3. Okay, E6, Queen B3. Played B5 right here. Rook C1. H3, castles.
Castles, Rook C8.
But Rook C2, the move I'd really like to play against is Knight B6. Queen D7, Bishop B5 is the most natural. Wow. And well, no. I'm saying, okay, let me make a move. Bishop C5. But Rook D7 was the only way. Yeah. Check. King E1. Rook to E8. Queen D3. Check. Gotta watch out for knight. Exactly. Check. Knight F6. Got knight E7. Okay. Knight F5. Check. Well, Rook to C8. Check.
Did you guys just turn off my Skype?
Yes, I am done.
Now, guys, be honest.
From the very starting position, D3, D5, Bishop G5, Knight F6, Knight F3. The players all played some very, very common routine moves. E4, Rook B1,
Queen A5.
Rook E1, you found it. And this is where you like the move F5. Check. Check. Queen F7, Rook H8. You're a happy camper. And Knight G6, Bishop to D7. Check.
You piece of dung. You know, like.
Queen B5. You can't play Rook B8. Oh, well, maybe you can. Rook B1. Check.
No, no. Now I start wondering, have I blown it? I don't know. Did I blow it?
And let's see, has the clock been started? D4 landed on the board. D5, E4, Bishop G7, Bishop C4, castle. Bishop E3, Bishop G4, F3, Bishop D7,
Rook C8.
Knight A5, Bishop D3. Oh no. Obviously, you've just been doing a lot of preparation. A6, King E3, Bishop E5, D5. I want to make a pawn attack against your king, but B6. Yeah, then I get to play Knight D4. Check. I was going to put my king on F6, okay? There's little nagging things. The king is a little bit better, the rook is better, the bishop is better. Then, check. King H6. And is this an issue if black plays H4? Right. You don't have Knight G5 yet. We're going to come back shortly. Well, thank you. Sorry, back to this important game. E4, E5, Knight C3, Knight C6, and D5. Okay.
Castles.
Bishop D6. D4 was played. Oh, well, castle. C4. No question about it. I just didn't understand the move H6. Rook B1. Okay. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm trying to get out of the pin, and you keep it going. He just played Rook on D1, King G3.
White's best move, according to the chess theoreticians, is the move H4.
Check. King h6. So king f8. And back here, rook f4. King h6.
White's best move, according to the chess theoreticians, is the move h4.
Okay, very, very nice. Wow. Well, this was